Since Nigerians returned to democracy in May 1999, the country has experienced multiple instances of state-level emergency rule. Three presidents, Olusegun Obasanjo, Goodluck Jonathan, and Bola Tinubu, have invoked Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution to declare a state of emergency in different regions. Under this section, a state of emergency is defined as a situation of national danger, disaster, or terrorist threat during which the government suspends normal constitutional procedures to restore order. It grants the president sweeping powers to implement immediate regulations for public security. On May 18, 2004, Obasanjo imposed a state of emergency on Plateau State, suspending the elected governor Joshua Dariye and the State House of Assembly in the process. He accused the governor of failing to act to end a cycle of bloodletting violence between the Plateau State Muslim and Christian communities that claimed over 2,000 lives since September 2001. On December 31, 2011, Jonathan declared a state of emergency in some local governments in Borno and Plateau states in 2011. On May 14, 2013, Jonathan declared a state of emergency for the entire northeast insurgent-ridden states of Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa. On March 18, 2025, President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following a protracted political crisis in the state. Tinubu made the proclamation during a nationwide broadcast on Tuesday, suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all the members of the House of Assembly for 6 months. The president nominated Vice Admiral Ibo Kete Ibas, retired, as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state for the first 6 months. From the timeline, I'm sure you're aware of the situations that occurred for the call of state of emergency in the country. And the topic of discussion is just going to be on the fact that the president called for a state of emergency in Rivers State, which you are part of, you know, in that instant, and what you know as what a state of emergency is. Do you think, yes, there was Rivers crisis between the former governor of Rivers State, Governor Barrister Nyesom Wike, and Sir Siminalayi Fubara, in this instance where there were, you know, some political clashes of submitting the budget and not submitting the budget for the House of Assembly members and all of that incident that has occurred, you know, and we know situations that drive a state of emergency in a country. What is your thoughts concerning this, please?
Well, I think this is not the first time, not like it's the first time where state of emergency is being mentioned or pronounced in the state. This isn't the first time. But I didn't see this one coming.
No, nobody saw it coming.
No, I never saw this one coming. Because, you know, if it were to be for only the governor who I know as a peacemaker, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, I know him as a peacemaker, but something happened. Ordinarily, it has not gotten to the level, I mean, that the federal government will not pronounce state.
So are you trying to, since you said, you know,
I'm coming. I wanted to say something. I'm not done. I want to say, okay. Please permit me.
Okay.
And I equally know Chief Barrister Ezebon Nyesom Wike as also a peacemaker. These both persons has been father and son all these years. Nobody has heard their voice. Where they were operating as father and son until the enemy came. The enemies of the father. And even as that, when the Supreme Court has pronounced their judgment, I was watching to see everybody allowing whoever I used to advise them go, why they come back to governance and then make Rivers State work again. But I didn't see that coming too. What I foresaw was threatening here and there. If you impeach, we will do this. No. By so doing, you are threatening the peace of the country. If so person should be impeached, you will do this. if Martin Samegule is being fought on the road, these other people will do like this. Why? The reason why Supreme Court came in and has made their pronouncement was for peace to stay. I mean, to come and stay, not for people to people to now start saying, hey, it was not right. Why will Supreme Court go to social media? Everybody is now a lawyer. In social media, everybody is now a lawyer. Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. He has said, okay, see, look, this is what is obtainable. The both party should come together and then come up with the peace we're talking about. The both parties started playing games again. You received later, I did not receive later. I sent later, you did not send later. You sent through Korea, whatever, I did not see. Everybody was just playing. I mean, at that juncture, I think I was also expecting the president to say, okay, since you don't want to obey, I'm giving you another chance, or either present the budget, or you meet with the House of Assembly first before taking any other further step. You are aware, we are all aware in this state that there was a time the president mediated. You are aware, he called them. And somebody was somewhere saying, he's president from River State, who is he to talk? He's the president of the country, for God's sake. Who is he that the governor should listen to him? That why we leave him sign? In fact, it was not the president, the governor that signed. You were like, it was not the governor that signed. The governor came and said, I was the one who signed. I want peace. Another person came and said, engineering him, don't mind them. Do you know the power you have? Do you know who is the governor? That somebody will take you to Abuja and they are telling you to say, no. This whole problem would have not happened. And I think that's where the president got angry.
Okay, do you think the president actually took the constitution of 305? He observed
yes,
it by invoking
yes.
the state of emergency in River State?
Yes, I think if you ask me, what I know about that is that the president ordinarily was supposed to come, either consulted the Senate and the House of Rep, which is a normal process, from what I know. And you know that aside terrorism, we have what is it called? We have threats to the nation property or whatever, or assets. That's at least as the two I can remember. Then you have to write to the Senate. You have to write to the House of Rep for their approval before you make such pronouncement. But after I made the pronouncement, I tried reaching to those whom I know that are close to the Speaker of the House of Rep. They said that we should wait. And it did not take time. The House spokesperson said that the president communicated them. Their own is for them to, what is remaining is for them to come either to the floor and read it out. That he communicated them. The Senate said the same thing.
So he communicated this to them just after the pipeline explosion?
Yes.
And that was when he communicated
before they said,
he
said, the Senate president said that from the one when the threat started, we will bomb the pipeline if so person should be impeached. And if whatever should happen in River State, we will show them that we are this, we are that. Remember us, this was not the first time you did it in Bayelsa, we are a job. You now want to do it in River State. We will not take it. We will show you that we are this, we are that. No, now. It has not got into that. This is a state. The state is not being owned by one person. It is not being owned by Yunus Wiki.
So do you think the president called a state of emergency because of the political clashes,
no,
or the rivers crisis, or the pipeline explosion?
It is because of the pipeline explosion, if you ask me. Because everyone saw the address the day he was making his speech. Everybody saw it. Everybody heard him. He said, "I have tried for peace to come. Peace didn't come. Now the Supreme Court has given their order." And again, he said, people are threatening the peace of the nation.
So in
essence,
essence, because there was this statement that was made that Siminalayi Fubara he's aware of the pipeline explosion. So in that instance,
he never said anything.
In that instance, is it supposed to be suspended because of the pipeline explosion?
Yes, I think it was not because of that.
If that's what because you said the call of state of emergency is because of the pipeline.
Yes, no, I'm coming. That's one of it. Okay. One of it. I think you are aware in this state that when the House of Assembly, whatever was burnt down, the governor didn't say anything until today. He didn't set up any panel.
Yes.
But the moment local government was being, they said they saw fire outside the local government, he set up a panel. What does that say? What does that make? Now, somebody is threatening. The governor did not say anything. You come back again, the governor on his speech in Ogoni, you saw it. He said, very soon I will give them order. And you will know that this state, there are people who owns it. I will give the youth order very soon. And we will know who is the governor of this state. What is that order you're giving? We want to know. And somebody is saying we are from the same ethnic with the what they call the governor. That if the governor should be impeached, or if anything should happen to the governor, if this should happen to the state, we will bomb the pipeline. You and I knows that this thing, by mentioning the pipeline, leaving what was the contest, means that you're not threatening the peace of the nation. What the pipeline is being owned by Rivers State. It's been owned by the nation. And that is where both the state allocation comes from. Why would you threaten that? If you're doing that, you're telling the president that, oh, Oga, you cannot do me anything, no.
So in that instance, if the president was actually going to conduct a state of emergency, which you made mention of someone in the House, Senate, and the House of Reps in this instance, I'm sure you're aware of the heated argument in the House of Assembly yesterday. In that instance, I'm sure it's about the state of emergency call that he would have informed them.
Who said
the
that?
president? No. I'm saying that you stated that they should have been informed before taking into consideration the state of emergency.
Yes.
He should have informed the Senate and the House of Assembly before taking that step. The heated argument was over the state of emergency issue. If they were actually informed before he took this step, why did they not come out to say that we were actually informed?
But the spokesperson of the rep has said so. He's the image of the rep. He has said so. He said they were consulted. Those who you saw trying to display their dirty art out there are people who has personal interest. Believe you me, the people who have personal interest. I've told you before. I said, okay, imagine what happened the day the then governor was to visit Abalama. Did you know he had all sort of threats? One of the person who you saw fighting at the house, did you not see the person threatening that day? Did you not hear her say something? You heard that? It shows, it's obvious that it is personal interest. You are aware. If this man should come to this way, we will show him. A House of Rep member. Who was the person who tried to hit up a fight yesterday? It's the same person. The person is not doing it for the peace of Rivers State. The person was doing it for personal gain and personal interest. Quote me. Aside them, who and who again, from what you saw? Okay, when they started reading that thing in the house, who again was against it? From what you saw. It is personal interest.
Okay.
And until Nigerians start doing away with personal interest, there will peace come. My own is that I am not in support of the state of emergency. No. If you ask me, I am not in support.
How about the
suspension?
Do you think the president has the constitutional right to suspend a sitting governor?
Yes, he has, from the 1999 constitution. I think I cannot actually ascertain where exactly right now, but I know. I think if you, from what you know, you are aware that the then president suspended the governor of Yobe and other northern governors then, during when this herdsmen issue, what is it called? This their killing thing started. You are aware he suspended them. You are aware that Jonathan did the same thing. Why is it that now is no longer, are they the ones, okay, whoever that said it is not there should come and tell us now. if the person is a member of House of Assembly or National Assembly, you know, I've told you that everybody in Nigeria is now a lawyer. Everybody in Nigeria is now a member of House of Assembly via social media. Yes. And that is where this whole problem is coming from. You want to say it the way to suit your paymaster. You want to say it the way to suit that person who you are supporting. You want to say it in a way where it will favor, you want to misinterpret the law. You want to misinterpret, even up to the level of this judgment that Supreme Court gave. Some people were misinterpreting it. Some people were saying it in a different way. Because you want it to favor whoever you are supporting. It's, if you ask me, it is for personal gain.
So, in essence, Mr. Michael Onoha, you are for the state of emergency that has been called in the state due to the pipeline explosion.
Yes.
And secondly, you're saying
not
that
just pipeline, the threat to the nation.
Okay, so that was a threat to the nation.
Yes.
In your thoughts.
Yes.
And then secondly, you are not against the suspension of the governor because you feel the president took the 1999 Constitution amendment. I don't know where which
yes,
which
it's
one.
it's 1999 as amended.
So
but that's the reason why I said I cannot. Yes.
I do not know, anyways. Maybe
but you are aware that there was a time state of emergencies were mentioned and people were being suspended in this country. It's you.
And what's called for the state of emergency?
It depends.
That's the question.
It depends. Here. It depends. You know, like I told you, I said I am not in support of the state of emergency. I wanted this whole thing to keep playing the way it was playing until the tenure of the governor elapses. Because I'm not saying that he should be impeached. They should allow him, whether he's doing the right thing or wrong. Nobody is perfect and nobody is right. People should stop singing praises of people. You know that 100% as human that we are, there is no way you will be 100% nice.
Okay.
There is no way you'll be 100% faithful. You are also doing your own wrong somewhere, one way or the other. So I'm saying that the state of emergency, for me, I didn't see it coming, like as a person. And the moment it came, it's from the president. You have to, yes, accept it. Then the suspension, I think it is right. How do I mean? You know, as a governor, I expected Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, to have overlooked whatever must have played before that time and then face what was before him. What brought him as a governor, you know that it is the same Supreme Court. So if Supreme Court brought you as a governor, then obey. Like you said, you are going to obey. And you're coming to snap. What are you snapping at the outside, the gate of the House of Assembly? What are you snapping for? The other time when you were threatening to chase them out of the place, you came and you broke down the gate. The same way you had access. If truly you want to do that, you should break down the gate as usual and go inside. But that was not why. Everybody knows, even those who are following him, they used to say this, he was going to Ogoni. Just because he wants to display. He wants people to sympathize with him. Why are you doing this? You are a governor, for God's sake. And for Martin Samewule, I'm not siding him. The way and the manner in which they were rejecting the governor was not good. No. No. The governor said he wrote to them. They are saying they didn't see anything. And you heard them say that the person who they sent to go and give the letter to the governor when they were giving him, before they gave him that 48 hours, that the person was being beaten. Then it means that they are not telling themselves the truth. If they are not ready to make peace, it shows that they are not still ready to make peace. So the president saw that they are not ready to make peace. That's why did the president suspend only the governor? He suspended the members of the House of Assembly too. Which means he didn't take side. Or now you will say, oh, I suspended this person. These people work with this person. No. He saw them not being sincere to themselves. So he now had to say, okay, I suspend you. Oga, come and run this government until when whatever they decide is being put in the table. That's my position.